An update now on our special series about the Administration for Children's Services. Our investigation revealed that despite a law aimed at making ACS more transparent, the agency in recent years has stopped disclosing details about child death investigations. One case that we asked about happened last fall when 3 children were killed in Brooklyn. But while ACS still won't even address that it had a case history with this family, public documents reveal state officials have a series of concerns about how the case was handled.
On September 12th of last year, 3 siblings drowned in the middle of the night in Coney Island. Their mother, Erin Murdy, was indicted on multiple counts of first and second-degree murder. New York One confirmed she had a case history with the Administration for Children's Services. On March 9th, I interviewed Jess Danhauser, the commissioner of ACS, and asked where the investigation stands.
So what could ACS have done differently so that those children may have been alive right now?
That's what we're diving into right now, to understand our involvement, to understand other folks' involvement, to make sure there's an active investigation. And so we will make sure that we learn from that and get it right.
But according to documents from the New York State Office of Children and Family Services, which regulates and monitors ACS, the ACS report on the case had been closed months earlier, on October 21st, 2022. That is the date cited in the state child fatality report, a review that New York statute requires in the case of child deaths. While the report, as is standard, does not name those involved, it does detail its investigation into how ACS handled a case in Brooklyn where a mother was charged with drowning her 3 children on the morning of September 12th. The Murdy children were the only victims of a triple homicide reported by the NYPD that day. Back in March, I asked the commissioner when he would inform the public about his agency's history with Erin Murdy.
When it's important, when the public needs to know, if we get something terribly wrong, I will make sure that they know.
According to the OCFS report, ACS did get things wrong, and the commissioner did not let the public know. The state released the report on March 2nd, a week prior to our interview with the commissioner. It cited ACS for a number of concerns and directed the agency to submit a performance improvement plan within 45 days to identify actions ACS has taken or will take to address the cited issues. The state report says that dating back to 2020, ACS had a substantiated case for educational neglect, describing the mother as unstable, overwhelmed, and extremely depressed. As a result, she was unable to adequately care for her children. Furthermore, the record did not reflect that the fathers of the deceased siblings were notified of the report in writing. This week, Derek Murdy, father of 7-year-old Zachary, who died that night, said he still has not been contacted by ACS regarding its investigation or past case history with his son.
Just like everything else, I've just been shut out, so don't know nothing about it. Never been informed of anything.
ACS did not respond to our specific questions about the report, but issued a statement which reads in part, as part of our commitment to continuous quality improvement, ACS incorporates findings from our child fatality review process along with the state's review process. It goes on to say it is training staff in postpartum depression, expanded coaching for high-risk cases, more education for staff of the importance of collateral and family contacts and documentation. And while the state's review is not the direct investigation, it does shed light on Erin Murdy's case history. One summary in the state report notes that ACS caseworker interviews with the mother lacked key safety-related questions and that she had had a recent mental health diagnosis. It says there was a missed opportunity to gather collateral information from the subject mother's mental health provider. There was concern the mother was not taking her medications as prescribed, but there was no documentation that this was discussed with the provider. And the summary notes that the record did not reflect that ACS obtained medical records regarding her psychiatric hospitalization or discharge recommendations, despite supervisory notes stating this was a priority.
I think a big part of it is coming clean, just coming clean. You know, you got any information? I would love to see it.
Derek Murdy says he was unaware of the ACS investigation or the state's report on his son's death.
If I had received that information when he was 5 years old, it would have changed everything about how I operated there for it, because I always thought at the bare minimum, his mom is doing her very best to keep him safe.
As for Erin Murty, she is currently awaiting trial. Her family and lawyer have declined to comment on the case.
As a result of our reporting, the Assemblyman who chairs the Committee on Children and Families is considering holding hearings to review the statute that allows the commissioner to withhold information surrounding child deaths. Meanwhile, the mayor's office tells us that the ACS commissioner has its full support, adding that child protective specialists have one of the most difficult jobs there is. To watch our full series, head to ny1.com/inthedark.